Have you ever wondered what the real secret is to making your animations look truly professional? Well, I'm going to let you in on the one powerful tip that can take your work from pretty good to absolutely great. And you know what? It's surprisingly simple, but it is a total game changer.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You pour hours into an animation, you've got your timing down, the characters are moving, you've got your props, but when you finally hit that play button, something just feels, I don't know, off. It might look a little disjointed, a bit messy, and you just can't put your finger on why. It's a super common frustration, but trust me, the fix is way easier than you think.
Okay, so first things first, let's actually diagnose the problem. We're going to call this the amateur animation pitfall, and it really just comes down to understanding this thing called visual disconnect.
And here's the good news, seriously. This is not a problem with your talent. It's not about your animation skills. You're not messing up your keyframes or your easing. The issue, almost every single time, comes down to your assets. You know, the actual visual building blocks of your animation.
Okay, let's just look at a quick comparison to see what I mean. On one side, you have these mixed styles. Maybe your main character is a stick figure with these really thin lines, but the bad guy has these thick, bold outlines. And the car they're driving looks kind of semi-realistic, but the tree in the background is like a flat, super simple cartoon. See? Your brain sees all these clashing styles, and it gets confused. It creates this visual noise that just yanks you right out of the story. But then, on the other side, you have a unified style. And suddenly, every single element feels like it belongs in the exact same world. The whole thing is smooth, it's seamless, and it just looks professional. So, the big question is, how do we get that professional harmony? Well, let's jump right in and uncover the pro consistency secret. This is that simple fix you've probably been missing, and I promise you, it's something the pros use all the time.
And here it is. This is it. The single most important tip for professional quality is to select all your assets, your characters, your props, all of it from the same artist. That's the whole secret. It's not about hunting down the best individual pieces from all over the place. It's about finding a complete set that all shares one single, consistent, creative vision.
There's actually a name for this practice. It's called unified artistry. It's really just the discipline of using characters, props, and backgrounds that all come from one creator, so they all share that same design language. That means things like the line weight, the color palette, the level of detail, it's the same across the board. Everything just fits.
But why does this one simple rule work so well? I mean, it seems too easy, right? Well, it all comes down to the psychology of how we experience visuals. Let's break down why this is so incredibly effective. So here's how it all plays out. First, using a single style immediately creates a cohesive world. The person watching just intuitively gets that all these elements belong together, and that makes your animated world so much more believable. Second, because their brain isn't struggling to make sense of all these clashing visual styles, it totally eliminates distraction. The viewer can stop analyzing the art and just focus on your story. And finally, that visual consistency, it just signals professional quality. It shows you are intentional, that you cared, and that you've delivered a polished final product.
And really, all of this serves the most important goal of any animation, the story itself. A unified style is kind of like an invisible tool that keeps your audience completely immersed in the narrative you're trying to tell. The visuals are there to support the story instead of competing with it for attention.
All right, so that's the theory behind it. Now let's get to the good part, the practical takeaway. Let's talk about how you can apply this secret to your own work, like today.
Here are 3 really simple things you can do right now. First, go review your asset library. Just take a good look at everything you've collected over time. Second, start grouping those assets by the artist or by the style pack they came in. Make folders, get organized so you know exactly which pieces belong together. And third, this is the most important one. Consciously plan your next project around a single, unified style. Before you even think about animating, decide which artist set you're going to use and then just commit to it. Look, if you only take away one thing from all of this, let it be this. Choose and stick to a single, unified style. It is, without a doubt, the most critical decision you can make for creating professional quality animation. It's the foundation that everything else is built on.
So, there you have it. The secret is out. The key to unlocking that professional look you've been chasing is officially in your hands. So now, the only question left is, what story are you going to tell?